Hello viewer from YouTube, you're about to watch an extract from my Work Faster with InDesign course, which as you would imagine is a course that will get you working faster with InDesign. So I hope you enjoy the video. If you want to watch the whole thing, then you can access it by clicking the link below. In the next few videos we're going to look at working with images, hopefully working with images a little bit faster and hopefully a bit more intuitively. So the default way of bringing in images, as of course you know, is you select a frame and you do either File and Place, or use the shortcut Command or Control D, and you bring in one image at a time. And that works fine. But let's look at another way of doing it. So I'm going to do two undos to get rid of that. And if instead I deliberately have nothing selected, so I click off the edge of the page like that, I'm going to use the shortcut, so Command D to use Place. I'm going to choose a few images here, so I'm going to Command click on a few different ones. Not quite sure which ones I want, but let's just bring those in. And then when I press Open, I'll zoom in so you can see this. Notice it says I've now got 11 images attached to my cursor. And if I press the up or down arrows, I can cycle through the ones I want. Now if there's any that having brought in, I thought actually I don't need those, so maybe that red one, I don't think I like that. I can press the Escape key and that disappears. So notice I'm now down to 10. So now I will try and figure out which ones I want where. So for example, let's try that one there. So I simply click and it goes in and it fills the frame. I'll need to resize it in a second, which I will do. And then any I'm not sure about, I'll ignore. But ones I think will work, like that one, I'll just click. And then gradually we'll build something in. Now you might be wondering whether this is really going to work that well, because clearly I can't really see what I'm doing that well. And there are some other ways around this we'll look at in a second. But I think that's probably the ones I'm going to use. So I'll press Escape a couple more times to get rid of those. Okay, so that looks terrible because of course the images don't fit. So the command I'm going to use, which I'm sure you know, is Object Fitting and Fill Frame Proportionally. And I'd encourage you to learn this shortcut. Notice it's very, very similar to Fit Content Proportionally. So it uses what I call the 3 keys. So Command, Option, Shift, or Control, Alt, Shift. And then C for Crop, or the one underneath, E for Everything. So let me just go off on a tangent here. So if I do, so the 3 keys, so Command, Option, and Shift, and E, that shows me the whole thing. Or if I do C, it crops it slightly. Now that doesn't look any different there, but let me try that on another image and you'll hopefully see that a bit more clearly. So if I do the 3 keys and E, you can see this a bit better this time. So it shows me the whole image, but notice it doesn't quite fill it because it's not quite the same shape. Whereas if I do the 3 keys and C, then it automatically fits the whole thing. So that's the one I would normally use, Fill Frame Proportionally, unless I'm working with a cutout. So I can do that on those images individually, or if I just undo the last few things, much quicker, and obviously we're all about speed on this course, if I just drag over all of those frames and do that shortcut, and there we go, we can do them all at the same time. Okay, so we can bring in lots of images at once, and we can also do Fill Frame Proportionally at once, either through the menu, Object Fitting, Fill Frame Proportionally, or with the shortcut Command, Option, Shift, C. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see other videos on the same theme, they're in this same playlist. If you want to watch the whole course, you can click on the link below to access that. And of course, if you want to subscribe and like, then that would be great.